welcome trendy people. It is Spring Trend and it is a special edition. Guess what? Valentine is finally here. It's the Valentine edition of Spring Trend. And of course, today, 14th of February, is also Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent for the Christian faithful. So it is really a very great day for us right here. My name is EVELYN, OHIOLEI, and you know what we'll do here? We'll talk about everything trending, what's trending, who's trending, why they are trending, and what people are saying on social media about the issue. FEMI is here.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine.
Yeah, same here.
I love the red rose, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that for Mrs.?
It's for the day.
For the day.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, people, let's get on with our very first story for today. Of course, it's no longer news that the federal government has rewarded the Super Eagles of Nigeria for their play, their work in the last Africa Cup of Nations that took place in Cote d'Ivoire, with the host country winning that, and we coming right behind them. They were rewarded with a national honor, member of the Order of Niger, landed property in Abuja, and also flat, Let's just see what the Nigerians are saying about this situation. You can see the picture scrolling there. Let's just see what people are saying on social media. At veteran_senior says, congratulations to all of them. At Ogbeni Biodun says, misplaced priorities. At Reese_man says, the poor are here cannot breathe. Carry land and flat, dash people we no go stay there. Amazing how Nigerians think. But then, Femi, what do you think? Do you consider this rewards deserving? Because some people feel we really didn't do well, even though we made it to the finals, but they feel that play in the AFCON really wasn't Nigeria-like.
I think for me, it's not a misplaced priority, by the way. Some element of frustrations of people and a bit of jealousy, I can smell it there. It's not a misplaced priority. But I think maybe the government went overboard, especially the national honors. Okay, it should be for real excellence. Excellence. Like
don't consider
excellence.
What is really excellent. They represented millions
excellence
of
only means one
Nigerians.
thing: being over the top. Being over the usual. That was it for the national honors. And maybe for the landed properties, yeah, okay. The thing is, I hope everything went rightly with the money, the allowances with the guys. We didn't hear anything, and I hope it stays that way. Everything that they were promised, because it's always a bad situation. Tournaments will finish, and then you begin to hear they're owing us, and then we haven't had that. So we hope things have really gone well. If there's anything they were promised, bonus, allowances, settle them for that. But the national honor should be for the top kind of performance, and but it's not a misplaced priority. If actually the government, if you take it politically, are trying to appeal possibly to the young people to have them say, okay, maybe they are honoring some of us, maybe some of them are at the point. But for me, it's not a misplaced priority, only that it looked like the government went overboard, especially with that kind of performance. The silver, not really a bad thing, but excellence only means one thing: excellence.
Exactly, and people are asking for the government to invest hugely in sports.
Beyond the one-off handouts.
For the Sadiq in Isaleko, for another, Latif in Oboku there, that's, they really want to do something in sport. They want to play football, they want to play basketball.
They need facilities.
But the facilities are not there.
Right,
so it's not just us rewarding those that have done well. We should also prepare the youth to taking up this responsibility. That's a very good submission there, Femi. But let's go on to our very next story for today. We hear that there is a fresh bill, being introduced, seeking for the creation of 3 more states. By the way, we have 36 states right here in the country, plus the Federal Capital Territory, which some people call the 37th state. We started using that since that issue at the election, talking about Abuja having a special status. Exactly. So we have 36 states. Now we hear that there is a fresh bill seeking to introduce the creation of 3 more states. What are the Nigerians saying about this? Let's see. At Matthias, state of emergency, state of confusion, state of the nation. And Toby Jabril underscore says the 36 states are not even half developed yet. They want to create more. And at Caleb Franklin says in some states today, only the capital city is developed, at least to an extent. Creation of a new state will lead to the development of another city, if not two. A new state will start thinking of ways to generate IGR, which is by creating enabling circumstances like agriculture, infrastructure, and others. This certainly is a plus. Neglected part of the old state, especially on infrastructure like road, will now be important areas in a new state, such as road openings will lead to urbanization. There are many benefits. Femi.
The thing is, I wonder how these will be done. The ones that we have, many persons are even in some quarter, calling for the collapse into regional government, talking about restructuring. Let's go back. Possibly they feel the states are not working. Yeah. You just have them, 36 of them, Abuja being the 37th, but these are the issues. Having extra 3, where will those 3 come from? Because these are the issues. Have they been identified from which region of the country? That's where the, I don't want to use the Surutu, if I may.
But Ibadan has always clamored for an Ibadan state.
So many persons. In the same Oyo state, there are people calling for Ogun State as well, which will serve some portion of Oyo State. You will stay with only Oyo State, and many persons are actually calling for, creation of state in their own enclave, their own community, coming together of some communities. But as for me, I'm not sure that's the next thing. Let's do whatever state we have now. If actually we can collapse it into regional government, let them do what is needful. Leadership is the issue. Let those state governments allow the local government under them to function. These are the issues. You have extra 3 states, and then you have extra 3 governors. They still continue to do the same thing the same way. So I'm not sure the creation of more states is the issue. Let the leaders there do what is needful. Let them have not just sympathy, empathy with the people. Let them feel what the people are feeling, and let them act in accordance to that. Not just some mega super rich people. They will still contest for governors in this state. They will still continue what they do. The people will still not have the dividends of democracy. So what's the usefulness of this state? If not just to make points, possibly those representatives and those senators who will put these bills, and these things will be established in their areas, they will take it as a bragging right. As when we was there. These are the issues. But does that pay the people?
So you're saying this is politically motivated?
Highly politically motivated. It doesn't add, the ones that we have, how is it adding to the people? These are the issues. All right. Needless.
Definitely, we will see in the coming months if this particular bill will see the light of day. Let's move to our next story for today. This is one controversial one that has taken over the social media. We heard that the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, saying that the president's signature was forged to withdraw $6.2 million from the Central Bank of Nigeria for payment of election observers. And it said that President Muhammadu Buhari never gave any approval for the disbursement of $6.2 million to international observers. He spoke on Tuesday while testifying as the second prosecution witness in the trial of Godwin Emefiele, former governor of the Central Bank. And we know that Emefiele is standing trial on a 20-count amended criminal charge preferred against him by the EFCC. And the amended charges border an alleged criminal breach of trust, forgery, conspiracy to commit forgery, procurement fraud, and conspiracy to commit a felony. He was accused of impersonating the SGF to illegally obtain a sum of $6.2 million. Nigerians really on social media are not taking this lightly. At Ima's doctor says, how them go forge a whole president's signature? Why not do like this? Fam, there is a point you get to. You leave English and focus on pidgin, because that's the only language that can
the way you are feeling.
Exactly. You get the gist. At Trend with Ola says, I believe the SGF and the ex-president should also be arraigned. But no, it doesn't happen in Nigeria. At I am Kelechi O says, Emefiele may have committed the alleged crimes, but he didn't do it alone. He is now the scapegoat. Truly, power is transient. When they hold a political office, they act all high and mighty while siphoning public funds. Now is accountability time.
Yeah.
Let justice take its course. Femi.
It's really, you know, sometimes you don't even know where to start. That's why that person was like, why not they do like this now? A old presido, now they forge in signature, because according to the words, according to the words of Boss Mustafa, you know, that's the inference you can draw to say those documents were not genuine, and they disprove it with at least 3 or 4, you know, facts. To say some of those words used are never used. Letters are never drawn from fake meetings. Only inferences are drawn after conclusions have been made. Almost 2, 3, 4 facts to say these things never happened. It was never approved. So who approved it? If the CBN will come out to say there is a letter to that approver, and the secretary to the government of the nation at the time is disproving it with facts, and say if there is any letter from the federal government, he was the secretary to Nigeria, he should know. And these things never happened. The FEC never approved that. So who did? These are the issues. You know, as we said on a different program, we don't want to preempt so that we don't appear prejudicial to, you know, a case that's in court, but then it's become, you know, interesting, if I may use that word, to see that such a high office, somebody could still play hanky-panky with drawing of funds illegally.
All right, let's move on to our next story for this morning, which is actually our last story for today. We hear that the Corporate Affairs Commission is saying that content creators must register and pay taxes. Of course, we see them on social media, Femi, flaunting. I'm not really a hater right here, but then you see them, you know, 6 months into this content creator thing, they're flaunting their jeeps, flaunting their houses, and all, flaunting their monies. And of course, this money don't enter CSC corporate, CSCI. Let me use pidgin now. You know, and they're saying if you have money, come and pay your taxes. I mean, you are doing your business in Nigeria, so you have a duty to pay your tax as a citizen. But let's see what Nigerians are saying on social media. At Engwal Busso says content creators are into the entertainment businesses. They should pay taxes. Every income should be taxable. You have to pay your own fair share of taxes. Report your income from content creation and be subject to self-employment tax. This is how development progresses. Nobody should argue against this. And Nasri one-on-one says, paying taxes is not the problem. The problem is knowing fully well that your paid tax is looted by someone else with nothing to show for it. In addition to that, it is more encouraging when, as a taxpayer, you are confident to hold the system accountable in every aspect. However, it is not the case in Nigeria. In Sena climes, incomes are all traceable to bank accounts, as keeping money at home is illegal and termed as tax evasion, with a few exceptions, of course. This makes it easier to tax individuals and businesses alike. We need to have a similar system here. And Bajay Mo Jr. says the same government wants to regulate social media and the same government wants to tax content creators. The most confused set of leaders are currently driving the seat. Fasten your seatbelt. Make it make sense.
Really, sometimes it doesn't make sense to say the government are coming for regulation, but then regulation might not necessarily mean shutting it down. But then the content of this content, if I may use that word, might be tampered with, you know, when the regulation comes. Don't let me preempt the regulation, by the way. But I think this might be an unpopular opinion. These guys are making it big. You said it. You don't have to be a hater to know that you are, you know, getting the bags, if you know what I mean, on these social media platforms. You know, is it not possible that the government will benefit from this? But then another argument is, what has the same government contributed, you know, to the logistics, the business environment of these guys that we are saying they are making it? How has the government contributed to that success of theirs? These are the things. If you have not contributed a thing, let's assume that you have not contributed a thing. So why are you expecting that you'll be paid back? You know, if you understand what I'm saying.
But the government give them what to talk about. I mean, every morning in Nigeria, there is a content to push. So, you know,
all of their, not like there is a pool from the federal government, which these guys put their resources from or put their ideas from. They just look into society. Some of it are not even from the government. Some of these things are just comedy that people just want to tap into to relieve stress out of their body. But if there is a way that the government can be a part of that ecosystem, that's when they can lay claims to collecting taxes.
So you think this is
if
not
you are
really...
giving them zero, what if it appears that you are giving them zero, to work with or to benefit from, how come you think you want a bit of the piecemeal? These are the issues. I think the CAC that is calling for this should call these content creators and see how they can, maybe work together, to be beneficial to them, because it looks like it's the time of the content creators, really. And they're getting the back, especially where you come blow. And many persons want to blow on the matter, but then they put in the works. When you check their behind the scenes, they do these things over and over. And it's not just Sabinus or
Mr. Macaroni.
Or Macaroni or Kiki or Babalari or anybody, even the ones that have not yet blown. It's not only them that do these things. There is an ecosystem of the people they work with that they pay. Cameraman, producers, light guys, makeup guys, costume guys. Many persons are involved in that ecosystem. So don't just see it's only Sabinus or only Azaman that they are eating this money. Some of them have staff that they pay as well, and they don't come cheap.
And of course, I am really looking forward to reactions from the content creators, because I know definitely these people are going to react. I'm waiting for Mr. Macaroni, specifically his reaction to this, new development from the CSC. But our fingers are crossed. We'll definitely monitor the development, this matter as the issues come on board. Thank you so much, Femi, for today, and have for yourself a very lovely Valentine's Day.
All right.
Just allow yourself to be taken care of. be a baby boy and let them take care of you.
As usual. But by the way, before we go, I learned today is one of our engineers' birthday, Engineer Tempest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our very own Engineer Tempest.
The big man. I hope he's watching us right now. The big man Tempest.
His name is even big. Tempest.
Tempest. So, my guy.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday to you. On this very special day, we celebrate you.
Yes, it's a good day to be born, Valentine's Day. And, coincidentally, it is Ash Wednesday. We wish you all of the best. And to you, our dear esteemed viewers, thank you so much for being a part of our world this day. We'll make a return tomorrow for another interesting edition. Until then, have for yourself a good day and happy Valentine's Day.